And we're joined now by Phoebus linebacker, Hampton, Virginia native Jordan Bass. Jordan, thanks so much for joining us. We appreciate it. And I want to ask you right off the bat, I mentioned about, you play at Phoebus High School there. You guys have won a lot. State champions this year, state champions last year, right? So this is back-to-back state championships?
Yes, sir. Back-to-back state champions with 29-1.
29-1?
Yes, sir.
Okay, because that was going to be my question. When was the last time you lost a football game?
The last time I lost a football game was November 4th, 2021.
You remember the date, the exact date?
Yeah. That was probably one of the worst losses I've taken.
What was it?
Off that.
Yeah, what was it? Was it a blowout or what was it?
Yeah, we got beat pretty bad. I'm not gonna lie, but we capitalized and won that state championship that year. We lost to Oscar Smith.
Okay, was that a team that you ended up seeing again in the playoffs or anything?
No, we didn't see them again that year, but we seen them this year, and we won 56-0. So kind of returned the favor.
Did you? That was was that early in the season? Was that one of your first games?
No, Oscar Smith was our last game before playoffs.
Okay. But so you get to that point. It's the end of the regular season. You're thinking about playoffs, but are you still thinking about the 21 game and trying to get some revenge on that game when you faced them this past year?
No, I didn't. Say that again, please.
When you went into that game this year against Oscar Smith, were you still, thinking about last year's game, still thinking about maybe some revenge when you guys face them this year?
Oh, yes, of course. Of course, it was still that animosity from last game came into this game. It was actually it got pretty riled up in the pregame, I'm not going to lie. And then, because that day was our senior day, too.
Okay.
So they did a little thing while we was doing our senior day. We didn't really like that. And we just played our game. It was one of our best games we played all year, actually. It was actually a perfect game, something to say.
Yeah, 56
no penalties for real. Yeah. Quarterback went perfect. All receivers went perfect. Running backs scored almost every. Yeah, it was a pretty good game.
Nice. Now, people talk about Super Bowl teams having a Super Bowl hangover, right? Where they win the Super Bowl and then the next year, maybe it's hard to get that motivation. What did you do this year to, help your team keep that motivation up coming off of the state championship a year ago to come into it and, just run through the season undefeated and win another one? How'd you try and keep that motivation up this year?
It was really based on the fact that my freshman and sophomore year, I experienced a loss in the playoffs, and I knew I didn't want to experience that again. So I really just helped out the underclassmen and drilled into their heads that just because we won last year doesn't mean it's going to become this year. And they took what I was saying and what was all the leaders were saying, and we used that energy for positive, and we ran through the season, even though we had our bad games. Had our bad games, had our ups and downs. We still pushed through everything.
I'm kind of curious as you were playing this season. You've got all these offers. You're committed to Pitt. You're going to the Power 5 level. Do you notice other teams kind of, I don't know, sort of focusing on you? You know what I mean? Like, watch out. There's him, or guys want to bring their A game to play against you because they know you're going to play in the ACC.
Oh yes, of course. I've definitely experienced that. My whole time my senior year, it came from I be hearing coaches when I line up that receiver on their sideline, put a safety over 5, or make sure 5 don't get the inside, or stuff like that. Or on defense when they're running, they don't really run to my side for real. They really just try to force everything away from me and try to keep extra protection against me. It's cool. It's cool on their behalf, but I love it because that makes me work harder.
Right.
It makes me have to make changes to my game to benefit my team.
Do you get extra smack talk from other guys? Like guys, if somebody tackles you or something like that, they, big deal, or going to Pitt, I just tackled you, or anything like that. You get some extra smack talk from opponents?
Yes, of course. Yes, definitely when I didn't catch a pass and it would clearly be on my fault, or just just simply like me running out of bounds trying to save my body, or something small like that. Somebody, all teams I've played have taken advantage of those small situations to try to make my head go a million miles an hour and not focus on the game. And hope and gladly I was able to reel it back in. And of course, I still talk back. That's just what I do. But of course, was to reel it back in and continue to play my game and improve why I'm going to this big level.
Mm-hmm. You, I mean, you played both ways, right? Do you, but you're a defensive guy in college, but do you have a lot of love for offense? I mean, would you like to get the ball in your hands, or are you just kind of strictly focused on defense at the next level?
Honestly, I'll play both sides. Honestly, I love doing that. Um, the only thing that's going to be the downfall of me playing both sides is learning both schemes, trying to get both schemes down in time. But other than that, I believe my athletic ability can take me to anywhere I wanted to go.
What, how big are you now? What's your height and weight these days?
I am 6'4", 210. No, I lied. 6'4". Last time I weighed was 207.
207. Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Now we were talking, a little bit before we started recording here about how you run track as well, and you run the sprint. You run 100, the 200. I mean, 6'4", 207 is not typical sprinter's weight, right? It's not typical
Yeah, of
sprinter
course
size.
not. Yeah, you don't really see too many big sprinters, but I I really just took development and knew that me being big, that means I couldn't have been slow with the positions I wanted to play. So like being in space, you had to be fast, you had to be quick on your feet, you had to be good mentally, and to be able to play those type of positions. So I really just took it upon myself that the fact that I didn't want to be slow at all, and my explosion needed to be good. So I ran track basically all of my high school years except sophomore year because of COVID.
Okay. Okay. We talked about how you motivate your teammates, or tried to help motivate your teammates coming into the season. What about you personally, like individually? What drives you, I guess? What motivates you to put in whatever work you put in, and to be the best you can be on the field? What's your motivation, Jordan?
Well, really, anytime I hit like a roadblock in the road or something like that that's supposed to hold me down, I always think of the end goal. Like, what am I doing this for? Like, I don't want to live a regular life. I want to be able to do to my job doing what I love, and that's football. So I wanted to set myself up while having a backup plan just in case.
Mm-hmm. What so when it came down to it back in June when you committed to Pitt, I think you committed in June, you announced in September. What was it about Pitt that sold you on them, that you wanted to be a Panther?
It was really how it made me feel being around the coaching staff and the teammates. Like you could tell they had that bond for real. Like they genuinely loved each other, and the way they moved around, the way they traveled together on our official visits. Uh, yeah, it just really stuck with me. So, and I didn't see that type of brotherhood from any other place. So,
Have you kept in
and
touch
I would
with
love to
some
be
of
a
the
part of that.
players? Yeah, have you kept in touch with some of the players at Pitt? Some of the guys you met on the official visit?
Yes, Servasi A. Dennis.
You talk to him fairly often?
Whenever he's free. It's kind of he's in the senior season, he's locked in. So I
Yeah.
understand. I'm in my senior season of high school. I don't really talk to anybody, so I get it.
Right. Well, when you would like when you were on your visit and you talked to him, what did he tell you about Pitt? Tell you about the coaches? Tell you about the defense?
He basically the same thing I've been hearing all about Pitt. They play fast, they play aggressive, and watching my film, it matched. Like it matched my play style matched their defense, and me playing in space just helped out a lot of just their offense and their defense in general. Me being able to play space and also able to come down and make a tackle helps them a lot. So, and
Mm-hmm.
I appreciated that. And I took that in while I was weighing my options.
All right. Now, did you get a chance to watch Pitt a lot this season? I feel like you might have played games on Saturdays or had some scheduled things, but did
Yeah.
you watch many of Pitt's games this year?
I haven't actually. Like you said, our schedules were kind of in line. We had a lot of Saturday games this year, just based off the fact the stadium didn't want as much commotion as it was. Because every time somebody played Phoebus at Darling, it's something that happens. So they didn't want that. They wanted to prevent that. So they put them in daytime
Oh, okay.
and
Okay.
around the time the Pitt games. But I did watch. I have watched the UVA game.
Hmm.
Watched them play UVA, and that was probably the only one I watched fully. And I watched the backyard bowl. I watched West Virginia too. I caught the back end of that game.
Oh, right. Right. Because it was a Thursday night. Have you ever seen, you mentioned the UVA game. Have you ever seen a game start with 2 pick sixes in the first two plays like that?
No, no, I haven't. I haven't.
That was a surprise. I don't think I don't know if it's hard to imagine that it's ever actually happened. But you know, either from what you saw in some of those games that you watched, or what they showed you on your visits, or what Coach Manilak has told you, how do you fit into Pitt's defense? Like, why is Pitt's defense a good fit for you, and why is your skill set a good fit for what they want you to do in their defense?
I feel like my IQ of the game helps out a lot. Me understanding what to do, how to do it in certain situations helps out. Me being aggressive when it comes to the run game, knowing how to come down and make a tackle when it's needed, um, tackle to not get myself hurt, um, being able to play space in the pass. Uh, that's the basis of it.
Mm-hmm. And then I kind of mentioned Coach Manilak. I mean, how is, I'm sure you talk to him pretty often. I know he's come down for a few in-home visits with you. How's that relationship building with him? You know, for as long as you've been talking to him now, probably 7, 8 months or somewhere around there.
Yeah, yeah. Coach Manilak's pretty cool, man. I've been mainly been talking to him, Coach Narduzzi, and Coach Jacobs. Yeah, they came
Right.
on. Coach Narduzzi and not Coach Jacobs, Coach Manilak came on the home visit, and that was really like that's when I really just connected with them. I even connected to them on our official, but I had that much time with them as I did when they came down here. So
Hmm.
we're definitely building that bond. Definitely.
Was it like the kind of thing where like they visited you, and when they left, you were kind of like, huh, I like those guys even more than I did before, or something like that?
No, it wasn't really like that. It was more like I already knew what I was expecting because it won't like I won't with them on the official,
Mm-hmm.
but I kind of knew what I was expecting from them, and I had my expectations, and I was really just checking boxes as I was as the first time they came was talking to them,
Right.
and then around the time when they came to see me play and they had the home visit, that was when I really clicked with them for real.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Gotcha. All right. And then, so, I mean, looking ahead, and maybe this is, they might have talked to you about this, but what do you feel like, what kind of impact do you feel like you can make as a freshman when you get to Pitt next summer?
When I get there, I believe I can make a lot of noise in there. I like to be competitive. So I would definitely. I'm not gonna keep everything too riled up because I'm a freshman. You know how that goes. But of course, I'm gonna hold my own and keep my spot. And I'm gonna fight for that starting spot too.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna
Have
just
you
bring
been,
competitiveness. Say that again.
no,
Go
no, go
ahead.
ahead. You can finish.
I'm gonna just bring the competitiveness to the practices, and I believe I could bring aggression to the defense. Being able to flip the switch from linebacker, hard nosed linebacker to a kind of a DB because I played it all my life. So I feel like I can bring that.
Nice. I was just going to ask, have you been in contact with the other recruits, the other guys in the class much? Do you ever communicate with those guys?
Yes, but it's not as often though. It's only because everybody's still focused. Like during the season, like I'm just now coming off my season. Like I was locked in. Like there won't no talking to other people but my teammates with me.
Right.
So it was, yeah, I was really like they're trying to win that state ship
Mm-hmm.
straight back to back.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, Jordan, congratulations on it, on the back-to-back state titles. Like you said, 29-1. That's pretty good run to end the high school career on. And thanks
Wait.
for your time.
29 actually,
What's
29
that?
to win is not my high school career. My whole high school career was so we went 29-1 is just junior and senior year.
Right. The last two, right.
Yeah. Sophomore year, we went 9-1 and lost in the playoffs because of COVID. So that's what 39, 39,
38-2.
38-2. And
It's not bad.
freshman year we went, I think, 12-2.
So 50-4 over the 4 seasons. You average
Yeah,
one loss a season.
yeah.
It's not bad. It's not bad. Well, congratulations on it. It's a great high school career. Like you said, you had a couple of state championships in there, and it was fun to watch that film. But thanks for your time, man. It was fun to catch up with you. Congratulations on everything, and we'll see you once you get to Pitt in June. All right.
Thank you.